Hey everybody! Today we're going to be learning the quotient rule. And guess what? This rule is used when we're dividing two variables. And it incorporates the product and power rule, so more practice on those. Fun! Alright, so the quotient rule is used to find the derivative when we are dividing two variables. And it can get a little tricky, so I'll try to be as specific as I can. So the way this works is, to find the derivative of this, you would first have to bring the denominator to the top and divide it by the derivative of the numerator. Now that can be kind of tricky to understand, so I'll write it out. So you would bring 3x squared up top, and then you would multiply it by the derivative of 2x, since 2x is the numerator. And then you'll have to subtract it by the opposite, so it would be 2x, which is the numerator, times the derivative of the denominator, which here is 3x squared. And then what you'll do is divide all of that by the denominator squared. So if you have 3x squared, you would square it. Alright, so that's our first step. So I'll repeat the steps over just to make it clear in your head. You start out with an equation, then you multiply the denominator times the derivative of the numerator, and then subtract it by the numerator times the derivative of the denominator, and then you divide all of that over the denominator squared. Alright? So now going on to our next step, we will simplify a little bit. 3x squared times the derivative of 2x becomes just 3x squared, because this cancels out with the power rule. And then you will subtract that from 2x times, and then when we'll use the power rule to find the derivative of this. So if you have 3x squared, you'll bring 2 down to the 3 and multiply it, so you'll get 6x. And then you'll always have to subtract 1 from the exponent, so 2 minus 1 would equal 1, so it would just be 6x to the 1, which equals 6x. And then you have that over the denominator squared, which here would be 9x to the 4th, because 3 squared is 9, and x squared is x to the 4th. So that is your next step, and that's what you'll get after simplifying everything. And then you'll notice we can multiply these together, and we'll get 3x squared minus 12x squared over 9x to the 4th. And then we can subtract these since they have the same variable and value of the exponent. So 3x squared minus 12x squared equals negative 9x squared over 9x to the 4th. And then we can obviously simplify that. And when you simplify that, you get negative 1 over x squared. And that is how you find the derivative using the quotient rule. It's a little complicated. You can go back and view it a couple times and hopefully you'll understand it. And that's the quotient rule. Well everybody, that's how the quotient rule works. I hope you learned something today, and I hope you'll go check out some of the other videos on how to take the derivative of a function. You have fun and stay safe.
Yo, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish, but I had one of the best videos of all time. All time.